now they wonder what's gonna happen next. I bought a 40 for the ride, I'm swerving lanes when I'm drunk as shit. I hit them up when I'm drinking so we can talk about it. I tell them how I feel and they forget about me. Like they know how it feels to be forgot about, forget about my past. We back with the scariest knockouts in MMA, man. This is part 2, let's get it.
How's it going? Welcome back to Fight Focus. And for today's video, we will be covering the scariest MMA knockouts ever seen, part 2. Also, if you enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment what video you want to see next. Let's get to it. There is no doubt that when a sport allows individuals to launch knees...
Hold on. Wait a minute. My man just flew. He got kicked and flew.
There is no doubt that when a sport
allows
individuals to launch knees, kicks, or punches to the head, that some of those athletes are going to be put in some serious danger. For this video, we have compiled a list of instances where MMA fighters were knocked down in such a scary fashion that it freaked out all the viewers in attendance. Number 12, Valentina Shevchenko. This one was truly scary.
Bag with a baseball bat.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, head kick. It's it. Oh, my God.
Valentina Shevchenko's finish of Jessica I at UFC 238 immediately went down as one of the most devastating in UFC history. Shevchenko caught her opponent off guard with a perfect head kick that connected with both the shin to the face and foot to the temple, sending I falling backwards and hitting her head off the canvas completely out cold. Thankfully, after a few minutes, I did wake up sporting a lump on her temple and was able to make her own way backstage, sobbing uncontrollably. Even the commentators were worried for I's health, but thank God it wasn't worse. Number 11, Derrick Lewis. Of course, Derrick Lewis is on this list.
Of course.
These guys have been on each other's radar.
He's out. He's
Blades
out.
made his first takedown attempt in the second round, but Lewis was able to remain upright. Sensing that Blades would look to get the fight to the mat, Lewis met his opponent's takedown try with a perfectly timed uppercut that landed with a sickening thud. Blades collapsed to the canvas and Lewis followed him, throwing a pair of insanely brutal hammer fists to put an end to the night. Number 10, Gary Goodridge. The sound of these punches and Goodridge's screaming make it even more terrifying.
かなりの自信があるってことですよね。
そうですね。しかしこれかなり警戒してるんでしょうね。
ああ、なるほど。
今生きてます。
行きました。
The UFC veteran punished Rawrsimbaa with punches, while the latter attempted leg locks and triangle chokes to no avail. At one point, Goodridge shouted at Amir to hit him back.
立ち技に持ってった方がいいと思ったんですけれども。
You know what kind of psycho you gotta be to be ground and pounding somebody and you yelling at them to hit you? Hit me! Hit me! You know what kind of mental illness you must have? There's something loose up here, man. There's something loose. Man.
Though Rawrsimbaa threw some strikes from the bottom, Goodridge landed a barrage of punches and knocked him out. The punches that landed on the unconscious fighter sounded pretty insane. There's only a handful of things that can hype up a fighter this much: will, courage, and cocaine. Number 9, Rich Franklin.
He said ain't cocaine.
Rounds reaching the midway point.
He said, take this NyQuil,
Franklin
young
looked
buddy.
to be taking control, but it was still anyone's fight until the 2-minute and 34-second mark when Franklin initiated one of the greatest knockouts in MMA history. After backing Corey up with a solid right jab, Franklin floored the challenger with a straight left down the pipe. Corey went limp on his way down to the ground and landed stiffened up, with his jaw clenched and his fist in the air in a gruesome state of unconscious seizure. Nate stayed down for some time after the bout had been called. Number 8, Jenna Frey.
Oh my! Why you had to hit her like that? You didn't have to hit her like that. She was out on her feet. And then you gave her another one for good measure.
Frey.
Look, all that shit you was talking. Oh my God. That's nasty, bro. Just the way she stood there. Like, her body didn't know if it wanted to fall or just stand up. Like, what? Nah, fam. Look at this. Bang! She out. Bang! Maka Mika Maka Muka.
First, there was a pretty big kick to the head, and then she followed up with 2 big hooks that knocked Harris to the ground. Regardless, the scariest part was watching Darla's body drop like a ragdoll the way it did.
Oh my goodness.
The kick disoriented, but that punch pushed the off button on Harris. Even Frey herself seemed to be concerned for her opponent's health after seeing her body become so lifeless. Number 7, Francis Ngannou.
Of course.
Please listen to the sound of these punches.
Side leg kick is there for Biggie Boy. Oh! Oh!
It's over.
Rosenstrike is out! Ngannou!
Out bad. Out cold.
Jairzinho Rozenstruik spent longer in recovery, awkwardly propped up against the octagon fence after being terrifyingly knocked out by Francis Ngannou than he did in the actual fight itself. The fight only lasted 20 seconds, and that included the amount of time Rozenstruik was knocked out on his feet by a thudding Ngannou left hand before the Cameroon big man attacked his opponent with 6 follow-ups. Number 6, Rashad Evans.
I'll never forget that, man. I'll never forget that.
Chuck Liddell was looking to get back into title contention against Rashad Evans at UFC 88. Instead, he became the recipient of a legendary knockout loss as midway through the second round, Evans threw a devastatingly power overhand that rattled his brain so hard that he instantly collapsed face down on the canvas unconscious. It was the first time that the Iceman had been completely knocked out cold in his career, but instinctively, Number 5, Tank Abbott. Most people believe that Steve Nelmark died during this knockout. Fortunately, that was not the case.
Shit. He looked like he died during the knockout, bro. That man's soul left his body, bro. His
Not content
soul
to just have one of the most
left his
jaw-droppingly brutal knockouts in UFC history, Tank Abbott did it again a year later at Ultimate 96 against Steve Nelmark. This time around, it looked like Abbott had just killed his opponent with a single punch when he landed a thunderous right hook and Nelmark ragdolled to the ground with his legs.
My man's soul left his body, bro.
Off to the side at an alarming angle against the cage. Number 4, Brad Kohler.
Kohler does have great speed, good lateral movement. Oh my goodness! Wow!
Just 30 seconds into this fight with Steve Judson at UFC 22, Brad Kohler handed Steve Judson one of the most devastating right hands in the history of the...
He ran in like a pit bull off the leash. Did y'all see that? He hopped in, slapped him, hopped back out.
Sport. Built like a breeze block, Kohler's blow was so powerful that it knocked the debuting Judson out instantly, resulting in almost slow motion head-first fall onto the canvas. The fighter would remain unconscious long enough that medics gave him oxygen in the octagon and then quickly ferried him off to the hospital. Number 3, Travis Fulton.
Oh my God. Nah, that should have been number 1. That should have been number 1. Now that is truly, truly terrifying. That was terrifying. That was scary to see. Look how my man, look how he landed on his head. Oh my goodness. I got no words. Someone check his spine, big buddy. Someone check his spine. Oh my God. Even he's
After
like, oh my
Bullock
God.
came out of the traps running with a flying switch kick, Fulton manhandled the smaller man, taking just 44 seconds to win the fight. Bullock can be seen writhing in agony immediately after the slam, and credit to Fulton, who knew immediately that the fight was over, choosing not to strike his grounded opponent. Fulton didn't celebrate the win either, instead of tending to Bullock, who was in big trouble at that time. Number 2, Marlon Moraes. Aljo was literally dabbing while being deemed unconscious.
Wow. And he separates. Back to the center they go.
The stoppage came in a shocking and devastating manner. Sterling reached for a takedown, and as he leaned forward, Moraes landed a knee to the side of Sterling's head. The impact of the strike left Sterling limp. Before Sterling's face even hit the mat, Moraes signaled that the fight was over. It was so bad that he was frozen stiff and had to be stretchered out of the octagon. Number 1, Raymond Daniels. The power and effect was scary in itself.
He's here right now fighting on the biggest stage probably of his lifetime career. Nice spinning body kick.
As the first round of their fight on the main card at Bellator Birmingham was winding down, Daniels launched himself into the air, spinning a full 360 degrees before landing, pausing and dropping Wilker Barrows with a clean knockout punch. One of the scarier parts of this knockout, other than the power, was watching Wilker Barrows' body spasm uncontrollably. And that right there concludes this video.
Yo, those was nasty, man. That slam. Ooh, man. I felt that one. Like, I hope that dude, like, is still living and he can walk and stuff, because that looks so nasty, y'all. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. Thank you guys for commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.